quick. Love Travis. I'm in Jacksonville now.
Damn, did you freeze?
I adore Travis.
Damn,
I pray that somebody talks to him and tells him, "Hey, you can play both sides of the ball, but we're going to limit these snap counts."
Yeah.
Because
you gotta be realistic.
At some point in time, people don't understand.
Week 1,
your joints will not be able to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to make an 8-year or 10-year career a 4-year career. Okay.
Hey, he's here for a good time, not a long time.
And 8 really be like the bare minimum. Receivers and corners, they last a little bit way longer than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Than running backs and quarterbacks.
It's not even doubling the injuries, even though that's definitely going to happen too. It's about like the constant compression and usage and mile and literal wear and tear on those joints. Okay, think about it. If you're running, you feel a little sore after a little bit, right? Let's say you're in great shape. Now do it backwards right after you do it forwards for 15 minutes. You will understand, hey, my lower back and my hip flexors aren't feeling great.
Yeah.
But what do I know? It's not like I have to green this or anything. Welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines, where the Wednesday Warriors talk with the hard A's. I'm here with some of my closest friends in the world to talk about anime, comics, and everything in between. So please introduce yourselves, fellas.
It's your boy, me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff except for sing.
No more dance?
No.
Oh, you back at it.
I do that. I'm actually going to a house music show for my birthday.
As of the day of this recording, it's like a couple days before the homie birthday. So happy birthday, Phil!
Them things.
Yes.
Turned 35. 35. Didn't think I was gonna make it this far, but didn't have a plan. But here we are.
Here we are, man. All three of us.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mr. Sniffles, Digga Des. His name is Desmond.
And I'm Grayson Red, a big old nerd. So some quick lore drop. The reason he does his name is Desmond is because a dear friend we had named Elijah, who would randomly sing songs. I don't understand why. God bless his soul.
A lot of jingles.
Somebody need to hire him. And for whatever reason, he just started saying his name is Desmond when hanging around you.
It just caught on.
And it just stuck. Yeah. There's no specific reason either. He's like he did something extraordinary at the time or did something that blew our minds. His name is Desmond.
Just being Desmond.
But it just fits like 10, 15 years later. So
about 15, almost 20 years later.
That's a lot of lower than that because Mr. Sniffles is like this is the name that y'all see here. That's the superhero name now. That's what I'm claiming that. That's the kudos. Y'all know about that.
He knows.
Shout out to the jump rope. Shout out to the jump rope that almost got us kicked out of conference.
The Blue Chew has arrived. My man Kafka was doubting himself and having fear in his own, what he would do to get the job done. Because number 9 is on the battlefield, and you're gonna have to make it out of there. This is, the stakes are real high within this 4th episode, and it took Kikaru to kick some sense in him. Like, how dare you think that just because you nice with the kaiju powers that you just gonna defeat us? We squad number 1. This is the defensive force that you wanted to be in since you and the captain of the squad that you just came from. So that's your childhood friend, and you already knowing that the defense force is about it. What they put out on the battlefield, I mean, Kikaru is just the prime example of that. Both her parents, doing they big ones. We got her mom. She was wearing the suit number 4. We got her dad was associated with the 2nd kaiju. So, and she wears the 4th armor too. So it's a lot of numbers on the field, and they're gonna come into play by the time this next episode comes around. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. It's gonna get real. Like I said with the backstory last time, like you know what's coming, and I'm just trying to figure out: are y'all ready to talk about
Well,
what's gonna?
a lot of people won't know what's coming because they'd have to read the manga.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, and
Very
I thought this
excited.
episode was animated beautifully. It was paced so well, and I felt so scared. I already knew it was going to happen, but I still felt scared for Kafka when he flew into the air to try to defend Kikuru, and he kicked the kaiju and his leg broke in like 4 places. Like, oh man, this is ain't looking too good for my boy. This is the worst time to have erectile dysfunction when you have to perform, like in front of everybody.
Mhm. That's when it happens.
Like we chose you to be we keeping you alive so you could be a weapon, and you're not performing. Nah, you're gonna have to get over that hump there.
Imagine
need you.
being homeless and the girl takes you in only to have sex with her, and you just can't have sex one night. Wouldn't the anxiety just tear you apart? Wouldn't it? Oh my god! Except for my boy, I did.
And then you got Captain Numeri. That's not his name, but like with his Retina one, that was a final. You know, we got to really see it in action.
Yeah. And by the way, that was also animated cool. Listen, they just, you know what this? It's Narumi, by the way. I would have messed up that name too.
Mm.
You know what this show is really good at? Looking cool. No, I'm not saying that as like a slight. Like before they do the thing that's really cool, they just look really cool before. I might have to put this in post edit. Do you remember when Kafka finally can get his dick hard and he's just bouncing around the battlefield? Do you
My
remember when
man,
he jumped in the air?
he tube bobbed and weaved it and pulled out the ant's core. And was like, oh damn, this one wasn't yours. And
That wasn't the
like,
flyest part though. The
that one,
flyest part was when he jumped in the air and he was styling on niggas.
the
He was
rocket, yeah,
bro. He had the remember
yeah.
his arms like this, and then he dropped down like a bomb and exploded the ant.
I mean, you couldn't ravel it all the way up until you could. So you know, now at this point now you already hard. You might as well just show the fuck off.
Oh yeah, no. He ejaculated with authority.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With authority. Listen, really good episode. Really, really good episode. Me and Autumn are watching. I'm a piece of shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I keep forgetting I watch Kaiju number 8 with my wife. So like when she's away doing whatever she does and I'm with the kids, I turn it on just so I can get the anime episodes in because I have 2 toddlers. And I'll watch the whole episode, and after I'm done, I'm like, damn it, this is supposed to be what I'm supposed to watch with Autumn. And I watch it again, and I still enjoy it just about as much, which is rare for me.
Yeah.
Great. It's awesome show, awesome pacing. But man, y'all don't understand. Anime onlys, it's gonna get real.
It's already here. by the time this drops, y'all have already gonna witness
somebody gonna die tonight.
All them numbers that are in play. There's a lot of them. Like I said, we have Kaiju 1, we have Kaiju 2, we have Kaiju 4, we have Kaiju 6 that killed Kikuru's mom. That's not a spoiler, that had already happened. There's a lot of numbers that play. 8, 9.
Yeah, things ain't looking good for folks. Like it's cool that Kafka got his shit off, but like things are about to go left. And some people will be crying. Much like this episode of One Piece. Guys, One Piece is greatness.
Peak.
First, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Did anyone else watch the episode? Because I would just yap for a long time.
No, I didn't catch it this week.
All right.
Damn.
Well,
but like I know, yeah. Waiting for a thing to happen.
This is my favorite arc of One Piece. It is. Now reliving it, it's my favorite arc of One Piece. Between the lore drops and the emotional moments and the crazy fight scenes, I have been gushing over this season for I don't even know how long, for weeks on end, and we're not at the craziest part yet.
Nope, hasn't even started.
Still, I be talking to people. I'm like, bro, you don't even know it's gonna get so crazier. And I know people are like, yeah, whatever, nigga. I'm like, no, but for real though, like y'all don't get it. So, long story short, Kuma finally hits the battlefield. Everyone's kind of scared. Kuma, takes care of what he has to take care of. They think they killed an elder. Are you dumb? You stupid? He hops back up. Everyone's still terrified. They fight a little bit more. They're about to fight some more. And, Bonnie and Kuma have a very tender moment that, once again, almost made a thug shed a tear. I didn't do it, though. I didn't do it. I'm still a goon. This episode is excellent at it's an emotional payoff and still teasing some more crazy things to come. This is why I was so nervous and felt so awkward about Elbath, because we're getting so much payoff already. Why are you building up more? But I'm gonna let Oda do his thing because he's given us so much. I just have to assume that there is a grand plan that I'm just not seeing.
Yeah. I for sure think that there is, hopefully at this point, because he knows he has the green light to basically do. Whereas before, when he was making Alabasta was supposed to be the end. So all of this is like new stuff. But it'll be interesting to see if he can plan it all the way to the end.
So yeah,
well,
is this an arc from last year? Like, what was last year's manga run of One Piece?
Last year's was the end of Egghead, I believe. Yeah.
So they're wrapping up what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That, if I was remember correctly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elbath has been going on. Maybe Elbath has been going on here. I don't know. Listen, One Piece has been going on for 20 years. It all starts to blend together after a while. But I know Elbath was about a year and some change ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, y'all, watch One Piece. I'm sure I'm the first person to tell you that.
I'm gonna wait.
You do that, buddy.
Real G's stand your ground. If y'all not on the One Piece ship yet, then you gonna get the story one way or another. I know some shit.
Can I tell you that I tried to ignore One Piece for like about a decade?
It's impossible.
All these niggas everywhere. Like, I couldn't avoid it. I kept learning so much about it. I was like, God damn, I watched this shit.
I remember.
And by the time I started watching, I was like, I know quite a bit of this actually already. So it's
you know what? I think 60% of One Piece people have been peer pressured into watching it. Like, it's just like for 20 whole years, this whole thing is peer pressure. Like, we're either the only thing going on in Shonen right now. You gonna read us. You gonna know the story.
And it wasn't even like direct peer pressure after a while, because everyone knew I wasn't reading it. It was just secondary peer pressure, like on my feed, constantly, over and over. You know what's so sick about One Piece? Let me tell you something. Let me go ranty real quick.
There we go. See?
The fans, and I'm one of them, but there's a section of fans that can't shut the fuck up so much that my wife, who doesn't read manga at all, tells me, why is the One Piece Reddit exploding and spilling into my stuff? Why? Actually, why? Great chapters, incredible chapters. And why am I sitting here explaining to her, oh, yes, this, that, this, because they can't stop talking about it. It's what the fuck, guys?
One Piece is universal.
Leave people alone.
Nah.
You're already the highest selling manga of all time.
It's about to beat Superman, right? Or is it Batman?
I think it's Superman. It has to beat Superman. It will beat Superman, and then Superman's going to keep going on forever, and then eventually Superman will take it back. But for sure, it'll be Superman one day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So, speaking of super returns, we got, man, our Ara is my favorite character for sure. Like, when she tried to baptize Momo, that's when I knew that she was the best character in DandaDan. Like, just think you're God's gift to Earth because you're pretty, and like her yokai form, the silky, like she is fire. She's the best character in my opinion. and then Gigi still getting exercise and not phased at all. Like when DandaDan is like fully coolie and still like its own thing. This is the most refreshing, like non-typical shonen anime that I've had wanted to enjoy it in a while.
I
Maybe
agree.
Spy Family, but yeah,
That's not a shonen though,
yeah, exactly. I was putting those two in because they were both recent.
Yeah, new gen for sure. I know exactly what you mean. This was such a cool, fun episode. This when you realize that those British people are actually the punk rocker headbanger band, and they actually start rocking out. I thought it was adorable how Okarun and ISA were actually headbanging too, and Grandma, they were in on it.
And
Like,
and this
but it was
episode
a very serious situation though. They were trying to exercise that demon. Like, it was kind of life or death stuff at that moment.
And that's just how I know the humor in this kind of does hit when it's not being creepy humor.
Yeah.
Is subtitles wise, they had like where the beat started, and it said subtly dramatic music when Okarun and Momo were like holding hands, and like you got that feel like, oh, like they about to kick it off, and then Gigi's like in the front seat of it, like completely switched back because of the whole hot water cold water thing. That's a plot line thing that's going on. But yeah, it's just, this is like all the shonen things, because romance is a big thing in manga and anime too. So it's got a perfect mix of pretty much it all: the battle, the romance, the sci-fi, the everything. DandaDan is really good.
I think this does romance better than any other shonen.
Yeah.
I mean, at least new gen, because romance for a lot of other shonen, like, because of the culture of Japan, many of them don't know how to handle it. So it means that they don't know how to express it in writing that well. But this really expresses a really cute, budding love romantic relationship with two teenagers, and it doesn't feel creepy. It actually feels sweet. I like it a lot. I love it. I think it's very diverse. Like you said, is including everything. You got aliens, fucking spirits, love triangles, love squares now. With
so polycule.
Yeah. Gachiakuta, boy, oh boy. I've been yapping, so once again, I will defer. Anybody want to take off real quick?
It's Desmond's John.
Go ahead.
This is good, man. Ruta meets the homies. He gets put down with the set. The girl who is interested in talking to him because he got the locks, she's a stylist. She got the scissors. Her vital instrument is the Kaiju. She is the ripper. And the fact that she's with the cleaners is going to make sure that Ruta, gives good on his homies, making the world like actually worth it. So it was a good episode. You get to meet Semiu. Her vital instrument is for her eyes. So there was a scene where she looks at Ruta to see, his potential, and
Yo, you brought this up pre-production. Yo, what do you? I'm gonna actually go off real quick if you give me a second.
Go ahead.
I think she saw the worst shit possible for Ruto. I mean, I think she saw some devilish shit because she didn't even want to say it out loud.
Yeah,
she clearly saw something.
The demeanor switched for sure, and the way that she responded afterwards was completely, to mask like what was really interpreted that she saw for sure.
I don't know what the fuck Ruto's gonna be on, but it's not gonna be something nice.
I like that they're giving him the darker, what's hidden inside, than, because with his mission he'll have to battle that type of stigma to make the world exactly how set out for him to be before he fell to the pit. but to go against his own darkness and his own, that devil that because he doesn't really understand his powers. And I guess when we, connect those dots, you'll see how dark, if from at all, a dark source that he's drawing his power from. I think that's real interesting.
Well, that's we all know that's a common trope in shonen, right? Power is actually the devil inside you. Overcome it.
Yeah, but
Which
what I
I'm
say,
very cool with. I'm cool with it.
They're not as dark as Kurama and Asheroth, my black spoilers there. But yeah, like they're not as dark as what I could think with May going on Naruto.
I don't know. We've seen a lot of that, bro. Because remember, let's bring it to something else that's modern. Sukuna is a very dark inner power, and I think that's as dark as you get. I don't know how you get much darker. He's literally a genocidal maniac. We bring it back to Yu Yu Hakusho. We find out that his awesome spiritual power comes from his lineage of being a demon. He becomes one and almost kills everybody. It's a very common trope that I'm okay with. Shit. I mean, it's the truth. It's a common trope.
Not Ichigo. That's what you just said.
Yeah, they view demons differently in Japan than we do over here.
So I'm not tripping about the trope. I just want to. It makes me intrigued though. Like, yo, what is my nigga finna be on? What's got him so shook that a black woman doesn't want to address it? What the fuck? As a person who's married to a black woman, I'm telling you, the conversations are very upfront. I don't know, man. I'm excited, and I do want to say, I thought this whole episode, I'm like, okay, third episode. Remember last time we talked? I was like, it's cool, it's serviceable, but nothing like crazy interesting is happening. To see that a vital instrument was in one of those trash beasts, and they're gonna have to actually fight other, givers. What are they called? What's their power set?
Yeah,
givers. Yeah,
they're gonna have to fight other givers, and the dude with the dreads, which I'm a huge fan of, is apparently going to be one of their first opponents or one of the masterminds. Has me very excited. So, okay, we're finally going to get into the secondary plot here. Cool. Finally see what the hype is all about, for real.
By the time episode 5 or 6 come around, I'm sure, hopefully, you feel that way.
I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah,
I might read ahead on the K manga, John, and be a little prepared. Sneak peek.
I like that I'm going into this blind, man. I like that I don't know a damn thing. It makes me, I'm giddy every time I see something cool. Seeing a nigga with dreads in anime that doesn't look like a menstrual character, it has me very excited. I'm in for it.
So far, the one black character we've seen looks normal. So
yeah.
She is more than normal. She exceptional.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's super pretty. Designed very well. Thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up.
I'm talking about her. Yeah, all the ability. I feel like it's about comics time.
It is comics time, and boy, ooh, these young niggas getting my dick hard. First off, Desmond, are you semi caught up to Absolute Superman?
I am not, sir.
You devilish bastard.
It's been a slower 2 weeks, maybe even closer to 3 for the DC Infinite. Other than me catching up with Wonder Woman, but that was literally right before the pod. So,
well, let me tell you, this issue might be the second best one I've read so far. Absolute Superman was fucking cooking. Oh my god. So first off, starts off with a flashback. Cal's dad in the Redlands or whatever, and he has to shoot a whole bunch of like man-eating beasts. Cool, really cool, nice action scene. It wraps back around at the end of the story. Clark is about to touch down to the base where all the evil shit's happening with Ra's al Ghul and Brainiac. They get him to the North Pole or whatever, the Antarctica, because no sunlight's going to be there for like the next 37 days. Just, cool. And he's clearly powered by the sun. All right, trying to catch this nigga when he's weak. The Omega Men show up. Remember, the Omega Men are like the insurgents, freedom fighters. Shit's about to get sick. Shit's about to get wicked. They're about to attack Ra's al Ghul's forces, right? Right? Hold that thought. They start attacking. Superman pops up. Metallo's there. Oh, Metallo's about to fuck up Superman. He almost killed him before, right? Wrong. My nigga's charged up. And he says in his head, I can kill you, wouldn't even notice it. I could fry your brain from here, my nigga. I'm going to let you live. He says he pummels him in 4 seconds. Pause. You see him laid in there, ass in the dirt, and he still tries to shoot Superman. Superman pulls up again and said, my nigga, what are you on? What was the gun away? All right. This is where the Omega Men and the twist comes in, guys. The leader of the Omega Men, at least in the battlefield, because remember, they're all there trying to get Jimmy Olsen back because he got captured. The leader is about to kill Metallo, which is the alternate version of Peacemaker. Superman stops her, and she tweaks out, tries to attack him. Before that happens, Ra's al Ghul's forces come, all the Peacemakers and everything. Conversations would be had. Ra's al Ghul pops up talking about "You're my son." I'm like, nigga, what are you on? And this family motif keeps coming in. You're my son. You understand? Da-da-da. You're gonna be like me. Da-da-da. In the middle of that conversation, he gets stabbed in the back by the Prime Omega. And wouldn't you know, it turns out that Prime Omega is Talia al Ghul.
Dun, dun, dun.
Talia al Ghul, fellas. Let me tell you right now, I did not see this shit coming from a mile away. Talia al Ghul is already working with Ra's al Ghul, and they are fucking everything up.
I was wondering how they were gonna incorporate her into this, because obviously she's a big part of Ra's, but it's just I was wondering how and who it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a villain. I just wasn't sure which one.
Bro, this perfectly encapsulates why I think the absolute universe is not DC at its best. I don't want to say that, but DC at its most innovative, right? Not only are they giving us crazy action, not only are they giving us crazy artwork. Let me pull up some of the artwork from this issue, by the way. Bro, Superman pull up like this? My nigga, and you gonna try to fight him? Yeah, okay. Not only are they giving us crazy artwork, crazy action, but like genuine, meaningful plots. In this universe, there's been a theme of the people that are the villains that are also the people that literally rule the world through commerce and a whole bunch of scheming. Ra's al Ghul owns a crazy organization that he says himself is helping to destroy the world to build it back in his image. He's not doing it through maniacal plans with henchmen. He's doing it with money, corporations, systemic abuse. And the only way to fight against them is for a whole bunch of common people to have the same type of will in order to throw over this corrupt system. Just like in Absolute Batman, all the rich, listen, Batman isn't rich. He's fighting the rich. The rich are corrupting everything around him. Do you want to know who might be the richest character in Gotham right now in Absolute Batman? The Joker. That's what he's up against. And it's not just some pie in the sky, evil, random, mustache twirling villain. It's the people making the systems oppressing people. And you know what I also love about this? The comic creators aren't saying it. They're writing it. And we have to infer it. And it makes you feel more invested when you actually break down the metaphors and the similes. I can't say enough about this fucking universe.
Yeah, sometimes it imitates life.
Man.
What about Green Lantern? What about
So we didn't talk about issue 4 because something happened that week. But we find out that like all the people that have been wiped away from Abin Sur, they're still alive somewhere. But actually, I'm yapping too much. Phil, how do you feel about this issue?
I really like this issue. I think like you were about to get into, it picks up that Abin Sur hasn't actually been killing people. He has just been sending them to OA or something OA adjacent for the second round of testing. So what I think is happening is we're building the Green Lantern Corps versus just seeing it already exist. But when we saw Sojourner, that's her
Yeah,
name,
you
Sojo.
just call her Joe. Everyone calls her Joe.
When Joe touched Abin's sword and basically absorbed him, essentially, uh, we saw what I think are other lanterns because we saw the eyes of what I think may be Sinestro.
That's got to be Sinestro, bro. I'm with you 1,000%. It's got to be.
Because Sinestro is the only like pink purple person in the Green Lantern mythos. It's Sinestro and like his daughter and his people. And then we saw Tomar Ray. Both of those people are very important to Hal Jordan's story, which is typically our main Green Lantern. So it leads me to believe that they'll be important to this story as well. And even a little bit of a loop with the mythos of the Black Hand talking to Hal.
Yeah.
But it says something about a circle that turned into a star. So I don't know what that's about, but I feel like we're getting close. I wonder if we'll get the other lanterns as well in this, because neither one of Tomare or the Sinestro looking John had green power.
Yeah, but spoilers for the end of the issue, John Stewart pops up and he looks yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I am not talking about light skin.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. I don't know what. Shout out to the ring. I don't know what's going on here. I love that. You know how much I've been reading comic books since I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So about 13 years now. Jesus Christ. We're reading comic books for like 13 years. So usually things don't surprise me, but with the Absolute Universe, I consistently get surprised in the best way. I did not predict John Stewart coming back as a Yellow Lantern issue 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I also did not predict that goo that we're seeing that's on Hal Jordan is actually just a remnant of Abin's sword. Huh?
Crazy.
Bro. I have a remnant of Abin's sword. Yes, Abin's sword. Oh, because of course Hal Jordan just blams Abin's sword, just shoots him down multiple times in the middle of a conversation with him. Very smart, Hal. And Abin's sword, as he's becoming like black goop, holds on to him and says some ominous words, as an alien often does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like attached to him in like the worst ways. And my theory is that they're combating forces because Jo is an anomaly. She took the power from Abin's sword. Abin's sword is giving power to Hal to stop the anomaly. I'm guessing so. It's going to be a push and pull of power. But we didn't also talk about this Easter egg. Hector Hammond is in this universe already. For those of you guys who don't know, if you can't tell from the red and the blue and the yellow, he becomes a cyborg Superman. So what the fuck? And on top of that, like I was saying earlier on, full circle moment here, he's rich as shit and clearly a shiesty asshole.
Yeah, we really see a lot of moments where not only are imitating life clearly, but they're putting it in there, but not saying it, but they're saying it because all the villains are billionaires.
Yeah. And you know what I love about it too? Like the villains aren't like super chummy. Like Hector Hammond is talking shit about Lazarus, which is Ra's al Ghul's organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's quite interesting though. I wonder if they are all connected. But this is also mirroring what the Ultimates are doing with, like, the Ultimates is basically the Illuminati essentially, right? It's this shadow organization that rules the world, and then this one we're getting kind of the same thing, but from a billionaire standpoint, which is more practical.
Yeah, Absolute feels scarier because it feels a little bit more real. Because they're in it for like the money and the power, not necessarily
evil.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if they could make just as much money being nice, they clearly would. But this is the easiest way to make money, being a dirtbag to billions of people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
here. Boy, aren't y'all happy?
It's doing dystopian talk. Love it.
This book is really good, though. It keeps me on my toes. Also, I wanted to make a quick note of Desmond. You probably don't know this, and for everyone who may not know, Superman worships a Kryptonian god named Rao, and Abin Sur mentions him in this book. Yeah, I might have to pull up the panel, but he mentions him in his book with the name of two other things.
Planet
And
and Religion,
It was
Inception.
like Abin something and Abin something else, right?
Abin Rao, Abin Sur. I mean, yeah, whatever. Cool. And forgive me for not memorizing the names. They're literally alien. Pardon me.
Yeah.
But it makes me think with the connections that we're going to start making with Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman, are we finally about to start bringing everything together like sooner than later?
I would
I
assume
mean, sounds
that's
like
December's issue, right?
I think so. I believe so. Yeah.
what's December's issue?
Wonder Woman and Batman's.
Link up.
Yeah,
Mm.
It's November or fall. I think it's December. I think you're right,
yeah.
David.
The artist. I just seen the artist posted on the IG, but yeah, that's a lot sooner than I would think too. Because if Wonder Woman and Superman just now hit double digits, Batman's about to hit that 10. So it kind of makes sense. Well, they'll be like on what 14, 15 by
Yeah.
December,
So
maybe the 13.
it'll
Yeah.
be a year in. It's weird because like I'm noticing more and more because I'm reading all the Absolute books. They are all kind of talking about each other at least a little bit. Like in this book, they talk about Gateway City, which is Diana's home,
Mm.
and they mention other things in other books. I can't run down all of them right now. They feel closer than I get. I mean, they're definitely all in the same universe, duh. But like the events going on make it so I guess all of them have to come together because shit is just out of hand. The billionaires are running everything and everyone
Everywhere,
over it.
Yeah.
everywhere.
I
No
think
escaping this.
Superman is
For real.
still in his first arc though.
No, this is the second arc. This is the second arc for sure.
What was the first arc? He's still dealing with the peacemakers.
I mean, they're going to be a foregoing presence because of Lazarus, but this is definitely the second arc. I don't know what that the last arc was called, but this arc is called Son of the Demon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shit is wicked. Read the book, guys.
It's wicked out here.
Yeah. Type shit.
Speaking of wicked, they're talking about box office sales.
Guys,
Y'all not out there supporting. Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to have a conversation about this because I really liked Fantastic Four. Really did. And so did everyone else who watched it, apparently, at least a fair amount of people, because it got critiqued very well. But the box office drops have been like 66% and whatnot. And I want to talk about, what's the real state of comic book movies, blockbuster movies? Like, I feel like viewership has changed. First off, I think between the pandemic and now, 5 years, half a decade, people are like, I don't feel like going to the movies as much. It's not really a must-see activity to see a comic book movie, first off. And I think a lot of great movies have been put out that have been underperforming because we got comfortable staying at home. And there's other media that we can engage in. Like they broke the habit out of Americans of going to the movie every Friday or Tuesday. And since that habit's been broken, things have never recovered since. It feels like there used to be $1 billion movie. You can bank $1 billion movie every summer. That's not the case anymore. How do y'all feel? Maybe I'm tripping.
Well, I think that's part of the problem is the fact that for 10 summers we got blockbuster after blockbuster in the same category, whereas typically it's like one summer may be a Mission Impossible movie, which is like action spy thriller. One summer maybe like a Pacific Rim, or which is like giant robots fighting monsters. Like before, we got different categories of blockbusters, and then for a while, all it was Marvel summer event. And I just think the oversaturation, people are at a place now where if it's not a 10 out of 10 from, I mean, absolute 10 out of 10 from Marvel, like Endgame level, people aren't going to continue to show up for it because they given us, like, they're still coasting off of Endgame. So kind of how people still say that Kanye's coasting off a college dropout. It's like that, where people are just kind of, they're over it. I think people are over it. But Marvel still has a little bit of good grace.
What about you, Des?
I was a little surprised for the 60%, especially, you know, July being the month that it was for the movies with Superman and Fantastic Four, both delivering on like runtime, like what they set to accomplish. It's I guess this is the other scale tip of the duality between the DC and how their DCU is now just being set up. They went with seeds instead of bricks, and like what Marvel did. Um, Superman having its success, other than people trying to protest, but that
It's adorable.
that was a really big movie. And Fantastic Four, I guess people got that, like they're gonna either go to the movies to watch one or the other. So it kind of hurt them both coming at the same time, especially 2 weeks from each other, I think. Um, but yeah, I mean, Marvel's set up to adapt and move on from it, and it's not a genre specific thing. Like Justin said, with the viewership, it's um, the way people are consuming is just a lot more different now. So the fact that they are delivering quality now in this, when things are about to transition from them not being pole position of the comic industry, it could set good plant seeds and hope for Marvel products, because we still got brand new day, like we were saying. They're adding Hulk. We got Punisher in there, making Daredevil matter. We got this Eyes of Wakanda that I haven't checked out yet, but they're freshly out there, nice visually. He always does his thing. So yeah, I mean, it's just a switch from the pole position and this standings of box office, I guess. But long as Marvel delivers like good stories and content and make people feel like it really is that era again, because all those movies did make it feel like that. I felt like me watching the first X-Men, watching Fantastic Four, and watching the first Fantastic Four. What they're telling of Galactus and Silver Surfer, but to see it more comic accurate this time, it was real cool.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say I just think comic book storytelling has changed and evolved a bit because DC had the opportunity to fuck it up for years, right? Because they tried to establish. So when they first announced that they were going to do an Avengers movie, I think it was like 2007 or something like that. Because I think it was like a middle school or something. When they first announced that they were going to do an Avengers movie, that was the goal, was to do Avengers. This is before Iron Man 1 came out. Warner Brothers announced at the same time that they were going to do a Justice League movie. So they both tried to get both properties off the ground at the same time, but DC continued to fumble forward. That's why we got 4 Superman movies before we got this one. That's why we got like 5 damn near Batman movies that were supposed to be connected that weren't before we got this one. Whereas Marvel hit the ground running and they found their stride, but DC never did. But now we're in a place where DC had the opportunity to learn from Marvel and to learn from the mistakes that they made and learn from what the consumers are saying. And now we're getting content that is effectively different levels of storytelling from comic book movies. Because we're no longer getting a comic book on screen. Now we're getting a movie that is comic book adjacent.
I don't know if I agree with all that.
Real quick, I do want to chime in that the other end of what I was saying was Marvel making, trying to tell their stories. Now DC was doing that then. That's why, DCU's Justice League setup wasn't nowhere near as good as Marvel's, how that ended up. But they were doing the animated movies and making that feel like a comic run, and now we're seeing like the fruits of that with the Absolute Universe and the like actual medium of the comics, instead of like trying to go the animated route, or like that's why the position is changing in my eyes.
I don't feel like I damn guys. I don't disagree with that. I disagree with that too. I feel that
Wow.
honestly, what really changed was just leadership.
Mm.
And I'm also pretty sure that they didn't have a Justice League movie planned or was in the works at the same time Avengers was planned. I think that they saw how successful Avengers was and then tried to fast track after that. So I think that was the biggest difference between Marvel and DC right there. But also, Marvel, there's an oversaturation of market, and they just spread themselves too thin. Instead of having like their best writers working on like 2 or 3 movies a year, they had a writer or two on some teams working on like 5 or 6 projects a year. You know what I mean? So I think between the leadership or lack thereof in the MCU and the very stone cold focus that James Gunn has put on DC, that's where we're seeing the difference in public fare as well as like projections, right? Because Superman is a great movie, but it's very much so a comic book movie. I think it's very much so a comic book movie, very much so. And it made 600 makes 600 million so far, correct? Or at least it's projected to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Fantastic Four is going to make 600 mil.
Have Superman numbers dropped off the way that Fantastic Four has?
No.
I don't know, but you know what? If it did, I would not be surprised. That's another. I don't want to stray too far off. That's another conversation I want to have. Viewing has changed. The people who are going to watch the movie are going to watch it within the first like week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat viewing and people waiting 6 months later, like no, there's something else that's going to happen. I think we've broken the chain of like having to see a movie. The FOMO for movies has changed because like for 2 years, people couldn't see movies. So
Yeah, repeat view is crazy.
it's not a thing like it used to be.
Yeah. And stuff goes to streaming pretty quickly as well.
It does because people stop going to movie theaters as much.
3
Trying to
4
make the
months
money
now.
back. Yeah. What? No, 45 days. 45 days, a month and a half. And it can be on streaming, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I feel like we should. First off, I think that Fantastic Four is great. I'm gonna say that again, not shitting on the movie, but I don't think Marvel can really do anything besides put out good product to remedy this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they would just need to do something that is different fundamentally. But unfortunately, that's the catch-22. If they do something different, people are going to complain about it being different. If they do something that's the same, people are going to complain about it being the same.
Yeah, I just think they should just put out something that's good. Just put out something that's good, y'all.
Keep putting out bangers.
Keep it out bangers.
Yeah. I mean, what movie is after this one?
I don't know. I don't even want to lie to you, gang. Don't get me to line.
For
I
who?
feel like what was that?
For who y'all? What y'all talking about?
For MCU. I might look it up right now.
Yeah, like what's
Brand
next?
New Day. It's
Brand
Brand
New
New
Day
Day
for
and
next one?
Doomsday. Yeah.
Didn't they punt? So they pushed Brand New Day up because wasn't that supposed to be right before Doomsday, or is it still right before Doomsday?
This
It's
is
Brand New
before.
Day and Doomsday. It was supposed to be Doomsday and Brand New Day, but they've been switched that like during I think Daredevil or some shit. That was a while back.
Yep, Brand New Day is.
And now they pushed back the Avengers movies till December's.
Hey, you know what else I like about that? By the way, they didn't have a huge announcement about it. Stop making a big deal about moving dates, niggas. Okay, it just makes everyone more antsy.
Yeah.
Just move it to the side. Nobody will care.
Mm-hmm. Well, the nerds will care.
The nerds, who gives a fuck about them?
Well, I got my recommendation for today. It's anime episode that I'm only watching, so I didn't feel the need to talk about it. We kind of yap anyway. So, but Sakamoto Days, I'll say second favorite of this week. It's just Taro Sakamoto and like his values. Like this story is doing really good. He like you just had to watch the episode. The killer that he's going against, he really like change his viewpoint on the human connection. So his killing is he's basically Shomura like Shigaraki, like, you know, they just looked at him like, yeah, you're a menace. And his thing is he has to split you open with threads to, you know, to feel the connection. Like after he done killed you, now you're connected with him. So, but yeah, obviously you already know Sakuma Moto doesn't kill because of his wife. So, you know, the way to bring him into the fold, that was really good storytelling and set up for the second core of this first season.
All right.
I recently picked up the new Storm book. It's
Nice.
doing amazing things. I like the fact that they made like they're finally bringing Sean to like Maggot and his weird powers, but like they've now made him an Omega level mutant, so that's cool.
Yep.
And she is basically a cosmic entity, you know, but it's Storm, so Storm's always been like that. But it's nice to see her finally getting love outside of X-Men, even though she's always kind of been at the forefront of X-Men. It's been like her, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey. Everybody else pretty much plays the background that isn't the villain.
Yeah, when they come around.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, several podcasts ago, I said I wasn't going to pronounce his name out of respect for my ancestors. Murewa Ayodele. Thank you. You're murdering it. I should have had you sign something for me at MegaCon, but I didn't bring my Storm book, and I didn't want to come to you like a fucking loser and be like, I love you. You know what I mean? With nothing in my hand. He'd have been like, thanks.
You could have
Just bring a piece of cardboard, let him sign it.
They got prints at the cons, man. Pause.
No, I want him to sign work that he's done, bro. I want him to sign work that he's done. I have my special edition issue number 1, the holographic variant, right there on my wall. I'm gonna bring it to New York Comic Con. I hope he's there. I pray he's there. All right, and my suggestion: just read it, guys. Read Absolute Superman. You saw the panel where he basically had red wings and he was flying over everyone like a god. And he still had the morality to not kill someone that was trying to kill him. I love it. It's not edgy for edge's sake. It's showing a darker version of our world that's still very relatable with a man that we can all strive to be. The summer of Superman continues.
Listen, episode 26. We're trying to have the homies on here, man. This is gonna be mid-year of really doing this. So if y'all see a lot more of us on the screen next time, just know we've been doing this for years, decades, and not this particular like podcasting, but just
talking.
You know, yeah, just been homies for forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
Half a year doing the podcast, y'all.
Half a year.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.